Most men live lives of quiet desperation. It's one of my favorite quotes ever because it's true. You're just in this world where you just can't wait to just run away. But I think lives that are unsatisfying, because I think there are so many people that are working all day long doing something that is deeply unsatisfying and almost painful. Stuck in traffic all day, and then they're stuck in a cubicle after that. They relish the time in the bathroom and look at their phone. I mean, they literally do that. That's a highlight of someone's day. They get in traffic on the way home. They get home after that, they're watching television. If people have a regular day job, if you could just find one thing that you do as a passion project and just keep building on it, just keep watering it, keep adding fertilizer, keep giving it attention, keep giving it focus, and you can escape. You can escape, and you can be self-serving. You can be okay. You're gonna be okay. You know, there's a lot of people out there that would way rather do something else, and I hope they understand that they can. And people that are trapped in bad situations, one of the problems is you feel like this is your future. You feel like you can't get out of that. There's no hope. There's no light at the end of the tunnel. There's no rainbow. And if you feel like that, that alone can be incredibly defining and limiting. But if you can look at yourself objectively and say, okay, I kind of am here. I'm in credit card debt. I'm working in a shitty job. I don't like what I'm doing, but I have some ideas. I need to feed those ideas. And I need to feed them and water them. And I need to set aside a certain amount of time every day to just try to make those things happen. You can do that. You have to take a path that's dangerous. And most people want to take the safe path. The safe path leaves you stuck in quiet desperation almost every time. It's hell. The way you can change is you have a plan, and you have to spend all your waking hours outside of whatever job you do planning your escape. And you have to come to the realization very clearly that you got yourself stuck. So whatever you're doing, you have to do it like your life depends on it. Every time that you have to attack like you're trying to save the world. You're trying to save your life. You don't want to drown. That 1.5 hours a day that you better be caffeinated and motivated. You got to go. You got to get after it. And you got to have discipline. Most people don't have those things. Most people don't understand what it's like to really go for something. And to know that the consequences of not doing that are horrific. I think here's an important thing too. Failure is important. I think failure teaches you things that you don't learn from success. I think failure gives you an opportunity for self-examination. It also gives you a feeling that is very uncomfortable. And that very uncomfortable feeling helps you grow. Don't look at these failures as like proof. Look at them as opportunities for growth. Look at them as opportunities to be motivated to do better. You have to make mistakes. You've been there, you feel it, you understand what it is, and then you have that time to adjust. That's why losing in life is so important. Whether it's getting dumped, getting fired, losing a game, those feelings where things didn't work out your way, that's important because it lets you know this is the bad feeling that comes when it goes wrong, and you improve, and then it makes the good feelings of victory all the better. Those feelings of failure are really critical for your motivation. There is a starting point, and then with time and focus, and as long as you reevaluate and reassess and constantly, objectively look at what you're doing and then pursue it with passion and focus, you get better at things. Don't be scared of failure. I think failure is awesome for you. I just feel like people need inspiration and they need guidelines. And as long as you could just start moving, just get action, like just movement. This thing that we all have, everyone has, not just me, everybody that does anything has. And it's like this voice in your head that wants you to do nothing. Your mind has to seek discomfort. It has to seek these difficult tasks. You have to enjoy it. And you have to figure out a way to make your mind enjoy those things. Some people it comes easy and some people it doesn't. Some people it takes a long time. I always tell people the best thing you could ever do is force yourself to a schedule. Just write it down. Showing up when you don't want to show up, forcing yourself to do things you don't want to, but then reaping the rewards. Discipline equals freedom. And it's true because he's able to force himself to do that every single time. There's no excuses. There's no breaks. There's no days off. It doesn't happen. So because of that, you're not scared. You know that you can keep doing it. You know that you can continue to perform. There's a lot of people that are scared of their ability to do something that's difficult. I don't know if I could force myself to be disciplined. I don't know if I could force myself to take that kind of action. Well, if you do force yourself to take that kind of action, they're massive motivators and they're amazing at facilitating change. Instinct is to avoid those and just sit on the couch and watch some reality show about dudes who make moonshine. Just go do something. Just doing it makes you do more. Understand that you want it bad, so you're willing to put in the work and do things you don't want to do. It's what makes you have that confidence that you know how to push through. And sometimes a big part of success is just not being lazy and just doing it. That's like 90% of it is just showing up. Get there and start working. You have to sit down, you have to overcome resistance. The pro goes to work. It doesn't matter if you're sick, it doesn't matter if you have kids, it doesn't matter what. You're a pro and you go to work. It puts it in your head that this is what I do. This is what, and you have pride in that. And out of that work, gems blossom. And the way to do that, you got to write it down. You got to think that you are the hero of your own movie, and then you got to sit down and you got to write it down. Write down what you need to do. And then in the middle of doing it, it'll become easy. If it's hard, it's easier than not doing it and wishing that you had done it. Just do it.